Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here inside the Superior Central High School Gymnasium. We are in Eben Junction tonight for a non-conference boys varsity basketball matchup. It is the Newberry Indians, fresh off of their first win on the season, here to take on the Cougars, who are off to a strong start, 6-1 on the year. Their only loss coming to the defending state champions, the rivals from Munising. And as you see the Indians run off the floor and head back to the locker room, pretty good crowd on hand to start off a big week for Newberry basketball. The boys will wrap up their early push here tonight with this game. Then everybody will board the buses, pile into the cars and the vans, and we'll make our way to the Motor City, where on Thursday it'll be Newberry and Brimley E.U.P Conference Hoops live from Little Caesars Arena. And we will have both of those games starting with the girls at noon on Thursday and the boys to follow. Hope that you can join us live from Little Caesars Arena. If you're not making the trip, we will be there as well. Getting you ready tonight, and this one should be a good contest. Superior Central, talking with Coach Nate Moulton. He watched a couple of their recent games on film. I have seen the Cougars already once earlier this season. They are a fundamentally sound team. They don't do anything flashy. They don't do anything fancy. They're going to try and settle in, take care of the basketball, and rely on running their sets to manufacture points and production on the offensive end. They will not be afraid to take an open look, so that help defense and that rotation for Newberry going to be very important as Superior Central moves the ball around offensively. Another thing to look out defensively for the Indians, they do a great job, or at least have at their strongest points this season, getting back in transition. They've got a lot of speed on this team, some pretty good length, and what you're going to see from Superior Central tonight is off of a turnover or rebound. They're going to run the two guys wide down the sidelines. One guy push the ball up the middle. They're going to try and make you pick a side and then reverse it. And this Newberry team being able to hustle, get back on defense, and slow down Superior Central to make them run those half-court sets actually benefits the Indians. They're not a high-scoring team, especially early on this season. They're going to want to play with some balance. They're going to want, and if they can slow this into a half-court game, the Indians should be okay in this one tonight. Taking a look at our players to watch from Newberry Motors and Company. Matthew Rahali coming off a 20-point night over Cedarville Detour in the win the other night. Keegan Martin emerged with 17, a season high there as well. And Liam Rao with 11. Those are going to be the catalysts. And if they can get rolling and take some of the pressure off of these other guys, then when you get 5 or 6 points from an Ethan Pavey, we saw a 5 or 6 point night from Tally Cox earlier in the season. Craig Whalen's been solid coming off the bench. He'll have 2 quarters to play with the varsity here tonight. Sam Rahali put up some points in a recent game in Sheboygan. Those guys aren't going to be guys that carry the team, but those points that they do contribute can make a major difference if those top 3 guys can carry them along the way. So we'll look for big things from them here in this one tonight. We step aside here in Superior Central. We'll here in Eben as it's Superior Central and Newberry boys varsity basketball coming up with M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.
Dr. Bill Shepard is a family practice physician at Manistee Lakes Family Clinic in Curtis and the West Mackinac Health Clinic in Engadine, part of the Helen Newberry Joy Healthcare System. Dr. Shepard emphasizes the word family in family practice doctor.
As a family physician, I was taught that caring for the entire family has benefit. You take the time to get to know the interactions, and that's not just mom, dad, and 2 kids. That's the extended family. Grandma is a provider of care for a grandchild, and she's having health problems that can impact the grandchild that can impact the mom that's trying to work and worrying about her mom and her child.
Manistee Lakes Family Clinic in Curtis and the West Mackinac Health Clinic in Engadine. From Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital.
At Newberry Motors, we're finishing 2023 with some of the greatest deals of the year on our remaining 2022 models. And we have just 5 remaining that must go. Get a 2022 Ram Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 or a 2022 Ram Lone Star 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 and save thousands of MSRP. Plus, a 2022 Chrysler Pacifica Touring Edition. This is your chance to save thousands off MSRP. And we still have an explosive selection of late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're making room for 2024 at Newberry Motors, your locally owned family-run dealer. Call 906-293-5104 or find us on South M123 in Newberry.
The Lewis County Veteran Services Office proudly advocates for our area veterans. Local Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard is ready to serve you. For all your veteran service needs, including claims, medical information, benefit coverage, and more, contact Rick Menard in the Lewis County Veteran Services Office at 293-4890. The Lewis County Veteran Services Office, proud supporters of our community. The Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis is your award-winning Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Can-Am dealer. From the water to the trails, don't take your next trip without visiting the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis. From sales and service to rentals and accessories, the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis has everything you need for your next great adventure. The Fish and Hunt Shop on Main Street in Curtis or online at fishandhuntshop.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Superior Central Schools. At this time, we ask that you stand. The privilege of this game was made possible by those. Let us honor and respect their efforts and our country by gentlemen removing their caps and everyone standing at attention, placing their hands over their hearts for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, national anthem complete, getting ready for the starting lineups in tonight's contest. It's the Newberry Indians and the Superior Central Cougars. See the Newberry players donning the Pray for Ace Depew t-shirts and their warm-ups tonight. Best wishes from everybody back home to the Depew family. Very few people have had as much of an impact on the basketball programs in Newberry than that family. And Ace, as a former player, on behalf of all of your former players, friends, family, supporters in Newberry, we're pulling for you, buddy. Starting lineup for Coach Nate Moulton tonight will be Ethan Pavey at center. He'll go with Keegan Martin, Matthew Rahali, Liam Rao, and Sam Rahali. Bench has Sebastian Patterson, Taliesin Cox, and then the 4 JVs that rotate and fill in with their extra quarters left over. It'll be Garrett Lewicki, Craig Whalen, Xander Stilson, and Caden Hamilton. For the Cougars, again off to a strong start. They're playing on their home floor here tonight. They are going to go with number 23, that's Trent Rudder. They'll go 24, Blake Tanner. Number 1, CJ Adams. 21, Logan Frusty, who will be their kind of catalyst offensively. And 41, Jason Canerva. Indians right to left to start it off. They are here in the black with the orange numbers. Soup Central wants to play a soft man here. Pavey outside as they go 5 out. Sets the down screen. Now Rahali topside. Newberry been very efficient and patient on the offensive end. Martin, corner 3 is good. And Keegan Martin gets the Indians on the board. It is 3-0. It's a team. When Martin is scoring underneath, low post, shot no good. Rebound by Martin. He'll let everybody clear out. Keegan brings him up the floor. Switches to that left hand. Great pass baseline. Rahali tried to get a hold of it. Throws a quick foot. And it's knocked away, or they'll call the kick ball rather. 6:53 to go here in the first. Indians on top 3-0. Frusty will bring it across. Good length with this Cougars team. Again, they'll stay patient. They will run their set 5, 6, 7 times to find an option. And down low, bank shot again, no good. Rebound, put back is good. And the foul. And Trent Rudder will head to the line here. And Rudder will shoot the free throw to try and get the Cougars even in the opening minute and a half. Free throw on the way. Rim no good. Pavey the rebound. Good reverse pivot. Clear out to Martin, who can push the tempo. Keegan topside. Shot fake. Goes to the All-State football selection in Rahali, who got freed up for some basketball tonight with the cancellation of Manistique's high school hockey game, which Newberry co-ops with. Munising as well. Drive. Cut off. Martin going to get called for the travel. Got bumped off his path a little bit there. 3-2 Indians lead at 6 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. The Cougar student section to my right starting to try and get fired up. Work to the corner here. Cougars will back it out. Again, patience. There's not going to be a lot of possessions in this ball game. Backdoor cut is there. Good help. Martin and Rahali trap it on the baseline. Taken away. Martin up the floor. Hesitation dribble. Back top side. Indians will also stay patient. Martin surveys the scene. Free throw line entry. Rahali bumped on the shot. No good. Tipped, batted around. Finally, Frusty brings it in. He'll push the tempo for the Cougars. Layup, no. Rebound, stripped away, and they're going to call a foul. And Pavey cannot believe that. And they'll call it on Liam Rao. Or no, number 2. First foul. I think that's backwards. There's no number 2 for the Indians. Cougars will work it. Top side again. Indians going 2-3 and a travel on the first step. 4:37 to go, near the midway point here in the first. Indians lead at 3-2. Keegan Martin with the triple, first trip down the floor. They'll bring it up the floor. Rahali holds up. Lets everybody get repositioned. Knocked away, but Indians corral it. Pavey, top side. Good handoff. Martin lost his footing, a little slip. Good entry. Rahali looks, ball fake. Back to the corner. Martin, three, no, and a rebound to the Cougars. Rahali knocks that one away. Rao dives to the floor. Gets tied up there with Blake Tanner. Jump ball goes to the Cougars. Midway point here. Indians in that zone. Cougars have changed some things up since I saw them in their season opener against Engadine. Blocked by Martin. Rahali off to the races. Layup is good. And it's a 5-2 Indians lead. Superior Central played with some tempo. They were spreading the floor. They were shooting the three. Now they were up big in that contest and a travel. Varsity again. And it's still early in the year. A lot of your games before Christmas break, almost like a preseason. So like a three-phase year. You got your early season before Christmas break. With your big games in January and February. And you hope your full stride come tournament time in March. Do apologize, our broadcast table here is just rocking in the bleachers. Shot, turnaround, no good. Rebound. 2:28 to go. Cougars bring it up as Newberry leads it 5-2. Drive here. Help there. Cut off. Corner. Three on the way. Spins home. Old dribble drive offense. Gets one for the Cougars. They've tied it up 5-5 with 2:05 to go here in the first. Indians try to set it up. Sam Rahali skips it over. Matthew Rahali now will slow. He'll gather. Martin, shot fake, spin move, a bump. Kick out Rahali, swing to Rao. Baseline trap there. Good job by the Cougars. Pavey now, drive, bounce pass. Rahali steps into range. No good. Rao the rebound and another chance for the Indians. Swing it. Martin, triple. Backboard, no. Rebound, Pavey. Steps through. Off the bump, he can't get the call. And the Cougars will come the other way with just over a minute to play in the opening quarter. Drive here. Shot up. Oh, low side block, fell asleep. Canerva makes it, and the Cougars lead for the first time tonight. As Martin crosses and sets up. 45 seconds to play in the first. Superior Central on top, 7-5. That one knocked away. Off the turnover, Cougars hang out near half court. They'll take the last shot here. Just going to pass it back and forth on the perimeter. Try to lull you to sleep and catch you off guard. They've done it a couple of trips in a row now. They're going high post, trying to find a cutter or a kick out to a three. Shots up blocked at the buzzer, and that is how the first quarter will end. Superior Central leads Newberry 7-5 at the end of one with M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.
Did you know the Newberry News has a print shop? They print business cards, brochures, invitations, window flyers, gift certificates, business envelopes, and so much more. Get all your printing needs done right here at home. For fast service and affordable pricing, call 906-293-8401 and see what the Newberry News print shop can do for you.
If you're looking for a furry friend to help brighten your days, then look no further than the Luce County Animal Shelter. They have many lovable pets, just waiting to find their forever homes. From playful pups and cuddly kittens to gentle dogs and cats looking for a quiet place to call home, the Luce County Animal Shelter has the perfect companion for you. Visit the Luce County Animal Shelter today and let's create heartwarming memories together. Because when you adopt, you're not just finding a pet, you're finding a lifelong friend.
All right, the Newberry Indians down by 2 as we start the second quarter of play in the boys varsity contest. Coach Joe Raholly's JV Indians were winners earlier tonight. Forgot to mention that in the pregame. They won it 33-23 over the Cougars. Couple of wins now for them in recent games. Indians jumped out early. Led it 3-0 and then 5-2 before a late run by the Cougars. Raholly inside. No call on the contact. Here come the Cougars. They try to push transition now. They will slow it back down. Taking their time. Is, like we said, not flashy. Very simple. Fundamentally sound. Shot fake. Step back. Swing. Extra pass inside. Good ball movement by the Cougars. Tanner with that one. That's a 7-0 run for Superior Central, who now leads it 9-5. 6:45 to go here in the second, and Raholly up and in, muscles his way that time. First bucket in the quarter for the Indians. Raholly with 4. Martin with the triple early, got him in front. They got to ratchet it up here on defense. Raholly, steal, tried to save it. Martin couldn't handle it. Skip back in and a travel now, and the Indians will get it back with 6:12 to play. Craig Whalen will check into the ball game. See Craig there. He'll go for Taliesin Cox, who will come have a quick word with Coach Nate Moulton. Indians going 5 out here, that motion offense. Passing and cutting, got to be crisp. Martin, good job to get baseline. Jumper won't go. Martin did exactly what you needed him to do there. Cougars come up the floor. Push, now kick back. They'll hit the reset button. They have lulled Newberry to sleep at times in their half-court offense. Three from the corner, no good. Rebound, tip to Martin. Martin will push. Keegan has room, tries to get to the middle. It was 1-on-4, still fights for it, tips it away. And the Cougars come up with it. 9-7 Superior Central early here in the second. 5 minutes to go. Newberry settles in that zone. Rahali and Patterson with Martin, Whalen, and Rahali down low, and a foul here on the floor. It's on Sebastian Patterson. Sam Rahali gets a break. Liam Rao back in. 4:42 here in the second. Cougar inbound, 3, no spin. The knuckler off the rim. Rahali will race down, pulls up. Whalen's tip doesn't go. Indians are down a couple bodies, but Superior Central slows it down. Canerva works it around. These are the only 5 players dressed right now for Superior Central. 2 guys that look like they're in street clothes. Another guy at the end of their bench. Bucket's good. It's an 11-7 lead. Newberry won early lead by 3. Cougars have matched this biggest lead early at 4. Newberry got to win this last 4 minutes. And a game that was added to the schedule late last week. Teams this year can play 22 regular season games, 2 extra, so the Indians fill in 1 here. Rahali sent to the floor, knocked out of bounds. Patterson takes a dive. Nate Moulton can't believe it. 3:21 to go. And they call a foul on Patterson. Newberry controlled the opening few minutes. Last 4 in the first 4 here in the second. Then to the Cougars. Look at Rao, up tight, blanket coverage. Drive here, dump to the backside, layup won't go. And then a foul. Tanner comes down over the top of Rahali, but they'll call Canerva on the box out. 2:46 to go, second quarter, 11-7. And Nate Moulton is going to take a 30-second time out here. So we will take time to tell you about our coverage coming up this week. The Brimley Bays and the Newberry Indians from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit Thursday. Varsity doubleheader, and we will be there live. Big thank you to a great team of sponsors, including McLean Sales and Service, Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis, Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center, Chuck Renzi Ford of Newberry, Quamannon Falls Brewery and Pub, Oswald's Bear Ranch, Tequamanon Area Credit Union, Snyder Drug Stores, and the Newberry News, as they want to make sure all the fans can enjoy that special day. An opportunity unlike any other at Little Caesars Arena down in Detroit, where Newberry could leave that building. They win both of those contests, they'd have more wins at Little Caesars Arena than the Pistons. Indians will stack it up here on the inbound. 2:25 to go. Offense been optional tonight for both sides. It's 11-7. Rahali mishandle. Step through, bumped again. And they'll say out of bounds. See the official walking over, shaking his head. And Rahali has gotten a warning from the other official down on the baseline for arguing the call and then just leaving the ball. He has not gotten a call all night in a travel by Canerva. (11-7), 2:04 to go here in the second quarter as Newberry looks for a sweep here in Superior Central after the JVs won earlier. Indians look confused as to what they're doing. Nate Moulton's calling motion. Whalen just goes to the block. Catches middle of the paint. Shot no good. Indians have had some close looks not fall. And a timeout for the Cougars. A 30-second timeout. We will be in Detroit live from Little Caesars Arena. High school games tip off at noon. I believe it's the girls first and the boys second. Those games will be available on Facebook, M123FM, or the E.U.P Sports Network. If you want to stream all the action to your big screen TV, it's the E.U.P Sports Network on YouTube. Let's go there. Type E.U.P Sports Network in the search bar. The channel will pop up. You can stream us to your smart TV live from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. Oh, a little turnaround, baseline, mid-range game. After Newberry led in the first couple of minutes, 5-2. An 8-2 run and the largest lead of the night. And a foul here called on the Cougars. 1:06 to go in the half, and we got a football score here in Eben Junction. Long inbound comes back to Rao. Entry taken away. Transition, Frusty leans in, had the size advantage over Sam Rahali, lays it in to 15-7 lead for the Cougars, who come in at 6-1. Whistle, delay, and 24. Blake Tanner with another foul. And Martin will shoot the free throw. It's the first. Makes it 15-8. No good on the second. Rahali, the rebound, can turn into a bonus for Newberry here with 17 seconds to go. Cougars are probably going to dribble out the clock. Now the Indians can get closer. Martin, pull-up jumper, dead off the back iron. And then he goes crazy after it, and he's going to pick up the foul. .9 left. 5 seconds at the timeline. Frusty brings it in off balance, chucks it up, no. Whalen the rebound, and that is how the first half will end. Cougars are on top. They lead at 15-8 with that 123 FM in the E.U.P. Sports Network.
Dr. Bill Shepard is a family practice physician at Manistee Lakes Family Clinic in Curtis and the West Mackinac Health Clinic in Engadine, part of the Helen Newberry Joy Healthcare System. Dr. Shepard emphasizes the word family in family practice, doctor.
As a family physician, I was taught that caring for the entire family has benefit. You take the time to get to know the interactions, and that's not just mom, dad, and 2 kids. That's the extended family. Grandma is a provider of care for a grandchild, and she's having health problems that can impact the grandchild, that can impact the mom that's trying to work and worrying about her mom and her child.
Manistee Lakes Family Clinic in Curtis and the West Mackinac Health Clinic in Engadine. From Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion.
Helen Newberry Joy Hospital.
Concussions in cheerleading are fairly common. We throw people.
She said when she came home, I got hit in the head a couple of times. It's not a big deal.
Years ago, I don't think we talked that much about it.
Coaches weren't trained as well. It was a toughness thing. It's a toughness sport. So if you got hit and maybe you're a little woozy, oh, suck it up, you're okay.
It was just, you got your bell rung, you got the wind knocked out of you, and nobody really knew what was happening inside of the head.
We're not medical experts. Thankfully, very early on, we got connected here with the University of Michigan and their concussion center team. It's resulted in a partnership to where we use the University of Michigan to now provide the education that all of our coaches have to see each and every year prior to the season.
Without that partnership, I think there would be too many kids that aren't served correctly by doing things that we may have heard about 7, 8, 9 years ago that are no longer the best ways to both treat and recognize symptoms. We had a young man who had gotten a concussion and wasn't able to play. Every time they went to the doctor was, not getting anything healed. And so I just asked the question, what are they doing to treat? And then a lot of stay away from electronics, a lot of dark rooms and those kinds of things. And I said, the latest research probably doesn't show that's the best way to treat that. And we're able to quickly turn him around to where he was back in school, functioning at a high level again, and ultimately led to graduation just this last spring and had no academic issues at all.
There's a lot of misinformation around concussion. So our partnership with the Michigan High School Athletic Association has been phenomenal because it allows us to reach administrators, coaches, parents, and athletes and provide that information to them so they can get on the road to recovery and back to the things that they love the most.
I think people take it more seriously because it is research-based.
I have total faith in our coaching staff, and if they notice anything out of the ordinary, they would pull a child off the field, send them immediately to the trainer, go through the concussion protocol.
She fell back with her elbows back, and it hit my head in the same place every single time.
Cheer has the second highest rate of concussions next to football. And I think people just don't understand how hard this sport is and how dangerous it can be.
When I came back, they started me off doing slower things and slowly progressing into fully practicing again.
As the principal of Papa High School and also as a parent of an athlete, it just does give me some peace of mind.
The relationship with the University of Michigan's Concussion Center has literally been a home run for us.
At Newberry Motors, we're finishing 2023 with some of the greatest deals of the year on our remaining 2022 models. And we have just 5 remaining that must go. Get a 2022 Ram Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 or a 2022 Ram Lone Star 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 and save thousands of MSRP. Plus, a 2022 Chrysler Pacifica Touring Edition. This is your chance to save thousands off MSRP. And we still have an explosive selection of late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're making room for 2024 at Newberry Motors, your locally owned family-run dealer. Call 906-293-5104 or find us on South M123 in Newberry.
When winter weather hits Michigan roads, MDOT and other road agencies are out in force, working to get them cleared as soon as possible.
We are always watching the weather, and so we can anticipate what's going on, and so we can call in all the employees and have them ready to go so they can get out timely and stay ahead of the storm.
Michigan State Police reminds drivers that regardless of conditions, drivers have a responsibility to maintain control of their vehicles at all times.
The most important fact to remember about driving in adverse weather is that the handling capabilities of your vehicle are drastically reduced. Drivers must obey the basic speed law, which means they must operate their vehicle at a careful and prudent speed, taking into account the road and weather conditions at all times.
MDOT and other agencies are using new technologies to be efficient and effective when maintaining winter roads, such as gathering atmospheric data and camera images from plow trucks. Drivers can see that information through the MyDrive Travel Information website.
If they click on the website, they can go in and they actually see a map of Michigan, and the little snowplow trucks will show up on the roads right where they're actually at the time. And we also have cameras in there so the public will be able to see what the drivers are actually seeing.
Safe winter driving starts with gathering weather and road condition information, but also with making sure your vehicle is ready for winter conditions.
Make sure your vehicle is properly maintained and you equip your vehicle with tires that are in good condition, has the appropriate tread depth, and inflated to the recommended tire pressure. Before you go, remove the ice and snow. Clean all your windows, all your lights, and your license plate. This will not only assist you in being able to see clearly out all windows, but will also prevent snow from blowing off your vehicle and obscuring the vision of other drivers.
When out on the road, be sure to give snowplows plenty of room. They are traveling slower than the speed limit, but that helps keep any salt or sand they are distributing on the road and reduces the cloud of snow kicked up behind them.
But our plow drivers, there's a lot of snow being thrown around, visibility is low, and people need to give them the room to do their job. Plus, out in front of the truck is where the road's in worse condition. Behind the truck, it's in better condition, so it's usually better to stay behind the truck if at all possible.
Snowplows are now using flashing green lights in addition to flashing amber, which studies have shown are more visible in inclement weather. Drivers must also remember Michigan's Move Over law, which requires them to move over into an open lane when encountering a stationary emergency vehicle, such as police, fire, ambulance, or tow truck, or slow down and pass with caution.
The law not only helps keep emergency responders safe, but also helps prevent passing motorists from becoming involved in a secondary crash.
Safety is the top priority for all road maintenance agencies, and crews are committed to getting roads clear of ice and snow as soon as possible.
Plow operators absolutely care about the roads. Their families are out there, their friends are out there, their co-workers, and it's their jobs. So in the end, they want to do their jobs and make the roads as safe as possible.
But no matter what the roads look like when you head out, it's up to you to make sure you get where you're going safely. Avoid distractions, turn on your headlights, and leave extra space between you and the vehicle ahead.
If you must travel during inclement weather, make sure you plan your route ahead of time. Check the weather and road conditions before leaving and allow yourself plenty of time to travel. The Michigan State Police and the Michigan Department of Transportation urges you to make safe driving a priority this winter season.
The Lewis County Veteran Services Office proudly advocates for our area veterans. Local Veteran Services Officer Rick Menard is ready to serve you. For all your veteran service needs, including claims, medical information, benefit coverage, and more, contact Rick Menard in the Lewis County Veteran Services Office at 293-4890. The Lewis County Veteran Services Office, proud supporters of our community. Back here in Eben Junction, it is the Cougars 15 and your Newberry Indians 8. That is your halftime score. We knew both teams wanted to slow down the pace. They prefer a lower scoring contest. Well, they got just what they bargained for. Newberry came down their first trip, got a triple from Keegan Martin. Matthew Rahali put in a bucket a couple of minutes later. Through the first stretch of this ball game, the Indians were on top 5-2, but then a 9-0 run helped the Cougars build up what became then an 11-7 game. They just traded a couple of buckets there down the stretch at the end, and eventually 15-8 here as we hit the break. JV contest earlier tonight. Newberry the winner there, 33-23. And we are ready to go. Cougars will get the ball to start. They'll be right to left here in the third and the fourth. Newberry will head right to left. Rahali, Martin, Rao, and Pavey, the starting five on the floor for the Indians. Frusty, Rudder, Canerva, Tanner, and Adams for the Cougars. One of these teams is going to have to ratchet up the intensity. Hope it's the Indians here. Superior Central 6-1. 44-42 win over North Central. Only lost to Munising. Played a full Class D schedule so far, while the Indians have played a B, a large C, and a D. And we get a change here, and they're going to overrule it down on the sidelines. So out of bounds, ball comes to the Indians as Rahali and Martin will walk them up the floor. Rahali with the ball, timeline. First minute already gone. And it's been one trip down the floor for the Cougars. They have really taken the momentum from that quick start by the Indians away. Newberry's had a tough time getting some open looks. Drive, reverse layup, no. Rahali gets it back, goes up strong, fouled, rolls off, no good. And Matthew Rahali will head to the line. Just earned that opportunity. Coming off a season-high 20 in the win over Cedarville Detour. First one, no good. Tough to find a rhythm and a flow in a ball game like this. And the Cougars fall into the lane. And they'll call the violation. Rahali will get another one. Poor Trent Rudder, he was hanging on for dear life. Everybody gets a good chuckle out of that. Rahali's 0 for 3 at the line, and the Cougars will bring it back. No scoring yet here in the third, 15-8. Cougars on top. High screen, drive, dump to the low block. Extra pass, and Rao got off his feet, came down into Rudder. Should be a baseline entry. Rudder's trying to sell it like he's going to shoot. Oh, they're going to give him the shot. Free throw good. Both free throws good. Cougars have built the game's largest lead. It's 9 points. Newberry has not scored a field goal in a long stretch, and Martin misses there, and Pavey rebound. They get tangled up. He'll pick up the foul. 2 minutes gone, 17-8. 30-second timeout here. The Indians are trying to come up with something here in the second half, trailing 17-8. For those of you tuning in, expecting high school hockey tonight, that Manistee Emeralds varsity hockey game, the co-op with Newberry and Munising. Their game tonight in Manistee was canceled. Negaunee did not have enough available healthy players due to combination of injury and sickness. So that has been rescheduled for February 8th. Rao up here. It's also one of the quietest basketball environments I think I have ever been in. It was like walking into the library when he came into the building. It's going to be a drastic change from Thursday when they go from the little gym here in Eben, the home floor of the Pistons at Little Caesars Arena. Drive here, spin, kick out. That's the most action we've seen in possession for some time. Shot is up. Hamilton got a piece of it. Racing back. Martin, nice little head fake. Pull up floater good. Keegan Martin with maybe the spark for the Indians as it's 17-10 Cougars midway through the third. Cougars will bring it back topside. We'll spin it around now. Look at their, content to play 30, 35 feet from the basket. Spread the floor. Entro, Canerva, turnaround. Golden. Martin. Rahali. Hamilton. Somebody got to look to be an option for the Indians. Rao, baseline. Help defense comes around. They'll swing it. Martin, three. Won't go. Good look for the Indians, who trail 19-10 with 3:21 to go. Drive here. Cut. And the walk. 2:38 to go. Third quarter. Helped the coaching staff. I took the official book for the JV contest. Those guys are doing a good job down there, not falling asleep in this one. Haven't had much to mark in a 19-10 ball game. 2:15 to go in the third. Lob, Rahali bumped. Bank shot, won't get that. Oh, my goodness. How? He was in midair coming to catch the ball. Back to everybody. What on earth? 2:08 to go in the third. Rahali with his back to the nearest player. Midair catches a pass and gets called for a foul when he got knocked out of midair. Unbelievable. There wasn't a push off. There was something on the cutter of the post. It was way late. There's Rahali up, basket good, and the Indians are going to try and use a little bit of pressure to create some opportunities here. 2-2-1 from Nate Moulton. Look at Rao. Good job, Rahali. High lob, poked away. Loose ball. Rao dives on it, and they're going to call the foul. Another foul on the Indians. They say Rahali went in and just jumped on the pile and did not make a play for the ball. And now they're going to talk about it. Nate Moulton looking. He's got to make a change. Lob here comes in. Drive, layup, good. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Been a confusing and crazy third quarter here. The Cougars whistle, basket's good. Foul on Martin. $27.9. I'm going to assume that's Martin with 2 fouls. They got player 2 with 4 fouls. I think he's just getting his digits mixed up. Rahali setting up. Cougars just going to go box and 1 here. Rahali, buzzer beater, short. End of the quarter, 21-14. The Cougars lead it. It's M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.
Did you know the Newberry News has a print shop? They print business cards, brochures, invitations, window flyers, gift certificates, business envelopes, and so much more. Get all your printing needs done right here at home. For fast service and affordable pricing, call 906-293-8401 and see what the Newberry News print shop can do for you.
Back here in Evans, Superior Central leads at 21-14 through 3 quarters of play. Indians started to chip away there, but there's just been no chance to get any kind of rhythm, string anything together. The flow of this game has been unlike anything I think I've ever seen. I knew it'd be slow-paced. And with both teams playing slow and being stuck in the half-court game, there hasn't been a lot of transition off of the turnovers. Neither team's been able to or look to push the ball off of a missed shot or a turnover. And the possessions and opportunities just limited both ways here in this one. And Newberry started to show a little frustration there in the third with some of the calls. And that is added to what's been a tough night. But plenty of time with 7:24 to go. Lewicki into the ball game, up from the JVs. But you can't have many more minute-long possessions when the Cougars are keeping it for 45 seconds to a minute on their end. And Rahali, a big three. Oh, that's a huge one to get them back within 4. Indians were supposed to press and never got in it. Rao almost creates it. Cougars come up with it. Indians trying to get set up inside. Elbow thrown, no good. Rahali gets slammed down, and they'll call a travel. And we get a whistle. I think some sweat on the floor. 21-17, 6:34 to go. Good to see Matty. Okay, looks like he's still trying to catch his breath. And the world's smallest collection of towels coming out to mop this thing up. 21-17, 6:34 to go. So Rahali and Martin will ready here for the whistle. 6:34 to go, and we're back underway. They're going to go back to their base 5-out offense. In this, we've seen the Cougars kind of just collapse everything on that initial cut. Rahali tripped up. Martin with the chase down block. Great hustle back. And that lights a fire, at least on the bench. Drive to the corner. Kick out. Lob inside. Rudder throws the elbow. No good. Assistant Joe Rahali's pointed that out to the officials. Drive. Layup. No. And a whistle. And it's going on Rao, I think. No, Whalen. Indians will try to pressure. They'll go 2-2-1. Wide through. Some confusion now for the Indians after the press gets broken. 21-17. Martin pokes it away. Cougars get it back. Superior Central will dribble the last 5 minutes out if they can. Martin knocks it away. Out of bounds. Great effort by Keegan Martin. Rahalli's early 3 in the fourth got this down to the 4-point game. 21-17. And Whalen on the inbound. 2 officials looking right at it, saying nothing. And the backside official looking through 10 bodies says yes. And they call Whalen for the foul. Lob. Martin jumps another one. Hammered up the sideline. Bounce pass, Rao. Layup won't go. Martin the follow. He's fouled and he'll shoot 2. 2 big free throws with 4:51 to go here in the fourth. The sophomore Keegan Martin will head to the line. First one for the lefty. Short. Free throws have hurt the Indians as well. They left a 3-shot opportunity empty-handed earlier. Martin splits them. Indians don't get in the press on the make. Nate Moulton just spent the whole downtime in between periods communicating to all his guys. Rao pokes it away. Turn around, the drive and the kick. Cougars high dribble, they'll get away. Settle in, and a timeout for Superior Central. Full timeout. We'll step aside as well. It's M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.
The Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis is your award-winning Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Can-Am dealer. From the water to the trails, don't take your next trip without visiting the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis. From sales and service to rentals and accessories, the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis has everything you need for your next great adventure. The Fish and Hunt Shop on Main Street in Curtis or online at fishandhuntshop.com.
All right, 21-18. Indians trailing by 3 after an early lead. Cougars were able to connect on a couple of buckets midway through the second to open this up. They've led by as much as 9, but the Indians slowly but surely have battled their way back in. Cougars will inbound. They work left to right. Looks like Newberry going to go zone here with just over 4 minutes to play in the contest. They trail by 3. Poked away. Good job. Trapped inside. Turnover. Oh, Lewicki's pass up, knocked away. Goes back and gets it and then loses it. Frusty up the sideline. They're screening everywhere and they get it across. Now they'll settle in. Logan Frusty will guarded tight by Rao. That's his 4th. Board, it says his 1st. Lob inside, tipped by Martin. Stolen by Rao. Layup good for the Indians, who are back within 1. Good job on the press this time. Martin almost knocked it away. Inside. Whistle. Oh, my goodness. Battling in the post, and Raholly gets called for another one. Inbound Cougars. 3:08 to go. Newberry's done a good job of speeding them up. They have been really aggressive on the defensive end, jumping lanes, trying to create a little pace defensively. Deflecting balls, help defense been better. Inside, Whalen from behind, knocks it away. Superior Central coach, Raholly up, nothing. And a timeout for Nate Moulton. Coach Adam Eli can't believe he didn't get a call at the other end. 2:31 to go, 21-20, and the Indians got to burn a full timeout.
Did you know the Newberry News has a print shop? They print business cards, brochures, invitations, window flyers, gift certificates, business envelopes, and so much more. Get all your printing needs done right here at home. For fast service and affordable pricing, call 906-293-8401 and see what the Newberry News Print Shop can do for you.
Nate Moulton going over some instructions with his team. He'll keep Raholly, Lewicki, Whalen, Martin, and Rao in the ball game. Rao has 4 fouls. Caden Hamilton has played his 1 quarter. Lewicki's playing his 1 quarter. Whalen in his 2nd quarter up from the JVs, and they have Xander Stilson also deep down. Indians will inbound under the basket. Newberry with 2 timeouts left. Superior Central 3. High lob over Raholly. Rao tracks it down, and the Indians will settle. Matthew Raholly probably feels like he went and played hockey tonight. Been hammered on the deck. Kicked. Tie. Oh. Jump ball to the Cougars. Referee blew the whistle on the baseline and then immediately went to look for help on the call. That's scary. But he calls it and asks another official if it's a jump ball or a foul, and a travel. Just about everything tonight. 2:04 to go, 21-20. Indians again, baseline inbound for Lewicki. Here's Rao. Comes back to Martin. Keegan will look. Stay patient. Indians go in motion. Cut. What? Raholly in. Just chest bumped. Kick out Lewicki. Free throw line jumper. Shot no good. And a whistle. And Whalen from behind. And that'll be the 5th team foul of the quarter. And the Cougars will shoot. It'll be Frusty with 1:35 to go. These are big. First free throw is good. Lead goes back to 2. That's a long drought. Lane violation. How's that not a lane violation? Unbelievable. He fell in. Wow. Bucket good, 23-20. Hands on the floor, falling in. And he did it earlier. Raholly. Carry, take, basket good. Raholly gets it back to a 1-point game. 23-22. 1:11 to go. Skipped. Cougars flying. Newberry doesn't need to panic yet. In a 1-point game, Nate Moulton looks at the sheet. Very calculated in everything he does. That might not be a bad option there as they went to Canerva. Now back outside, Frusty, who just hit 2. Lewicki bringing pressure. Ball skipped around. Rao, the foul, is 5th. Tried to jump the pass. He's out of the ball game. Sam Raholly will check in for Liam Rao. Free throws here coming for Blake Tanner, the sophomore. 23-22 Cougars. First one, got it to go. Now Newberry does not have to force a 3. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Tanner missed the second. Rebound to Raholly. He'll push. Looks to attack. Knocked away. Martin spun off. Sets. 3 ball. No good. Whalen couldn't catch it on the baseline. Out of bounds, and Newberry will come up to press. Moulton will take a timeout to go over his strategy with 22.7. Quick steal. If not, they're going to have to foul. Conclusion of this contest, 24-22. Cougars on top. 7123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network. (24-22). 22.7 to play. Indians trailing Superior Central, who has the basketball. They'll have to go the length of the floor. Newberry with 1 timeout left. Cougars do have 3. Foul situation, well, that's been in the Cougars' favor all night. 16 fouls to 1. So any fouls, immediately 2 shots. And the Cougars see what they're in. They call a timeout. Full timeout for them. The signal full, they put 30 on the clock. Well, they fixed it. Newberry trying to come up with some end of the game magic. The Cougars have done this with 5 primary players, 2 JVs dressed for the bench. Coach Moulton gets them, broke down, baseline inbound. Here we go. Indians trying to lock it down on defense. Full court, man-to-man pressure. Raholly Tripped up, and there's the foul. Rahali on Frusty. They get it where they needed to, as Rahali took a tumble. Few guys have slipped up tonight. 18.9, 24-22. If he hits them both, it'll be a two-possession game. Free throw, no good. Now, it'll be curious. You saw Coach Eli come over and talk to one of his players. 3-point lead, do they foul? And turn this into a free throw contest. Martin will let it roll. Clock will start. 17 seconds. Timeout, Nate Moulton. 25-22. And Xander Stilson will check into the ball game. Full timeout. And Coach Moulton is out of timeouts. They can set up a three, try to force overtime. They can go with a quick two and back to the foul game. It'll be Lewicki, Whalen, Rahali, Martin, and Stilson. Rao is fouled out. Hamilton is out of the game because he's played his fifth quarter already. We'll see what the Indians do. Licky will inbound. $15.8. Whalen sets a decoy. Here's Martin. Martin looks to the corner. Rahali. Martin. Three. No good. Rebound ripped away. Travel. Oh! He was already going down. Martin gets called for the foul. He turned around to catch it and was falling down. So Frusty at the line. He just needs one of two. Got it. I would foul. They're saying don't foul. Three isn't going to help. No good. Missed it on purpose. Stilson hammered. Cougars throw it up. Could be a technical at the end of the ball game, but Superior Central gets out of here. 26-22. It was not pretty, but they get the job done, and they go to 7-1 on the season. The Indians will now turn their attention to the long trip to Detroit. Try to bounce back when they take on Brimley. That'll be Thursday at Little Caesars Arena. We will be there. Boys and girls doubleheader from the home court of the Detroit Pistons. We hope that you can join us if you're not making the trip. If you are, safe travels. We will see you in Detroit. It's M123 FM and the E.U.P Sports Network.